When it comes to side dishes for picnics, potlucks, or just an everyday family meal, I can think of few things more refreshing than coleslaw. I mean, who can resist those crunchy cabbage bits enveloped in a cool, creamy yet tart dressing? But when most people think coleslaw, they also think deli, where it's a staple item. And while grabbing a tub of slaw at the store can be convenient, I'm here to tell you that there is a far better way. Just make it yourself. Homemade coleslaw can be made in minutes, is super cheap, and is way better than that stuff that's been stagnating in the deli section. By the end of this video, you will know how to be a coleslaw master. Hello and welcome to I Want to Cook. My name is Chef Matt and this channel is all about helping you be a better cook no matter your skill level. And good news, today's video requires, well, basically no skill level in the kitchen. You can make coleslaw. It is so easy. Now, just in case you don't know what coleslaw is, at its most basic, it is cabbage in some dressing, often with some bits of carrot thrown in. Sounds pretty simple, right? Well, it is. But the cool thing about coleslaw is that it can be made like 1,000 different ways. You can use green cabbage, you can use red cabbage, you can use a mayonnaise-based dressing or even a vinaigrette-based dressing. There's an old saying that there's as many different coleslaws as there are cooks, and that is true. It is really open to interpretation. But for today's recipe, I'm going to show you one that is basic yet delicious. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is make our dressing. And again, this is gonna be a mayonnaise-based dressing, super simple. So I have 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. This is just from a bottle, but by all means, you can make it yourself. In fact, I made a video on how to make your own mayonnaise in a blender. Very good, and I'll link to that in the description below. So we've got 3/4 cup of mayonnaise. I've got a 1/4 cup of cider vinegar. Now this is apple cider vinegar, but you could also use like a rice vinegar or wine vinegar, whatever you like. We're also gonna add a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Put this right in here. Then we're going to add a tablespoon of sugar. This is just plain white granulated sugar. A little bit of salt. A little bit of black pepper. And then we are going to whisk it all together. And this is how you make coleslaw dressing. It could not be easier. Now, if you like your dressing a little on the thicker side, you can add just a little more mayo or a little less vinegar. And boom, we have our coleslaw dressing. Now for the cabbage, I'm going to use 1 head in total, and I like to mix things up. I like to use half a head of green cabbage and half a head of red cabbage. Now I've already cut these in half, but what I am going to do is I'm going to discard the outer leaves. Sometimes the outer leaves of cabbage are just a little bit, well, not very good. So I'm just going to peel these off and toss these outer leaves. Give us a fresh start here. And before we begin cutting the cabbage and slicing it up, we're going to take the core out. You see there's this core piece right here, and we just want to remove this because it's pretty tough. So we're just going to take our knife and cut it kind of like in a V pattern. And then what you can do is just lift it right out. Now let's slice up our cabbage. And we are just going to slice this up as thin as possible. So just do this just like this. Nice and thin in these strips. And then we are going to cut them again a few more times crosswise so you have those nice little bits that are so familiar with coleslaw. Now we can't forget about the carrot, and the easiest way to get those little bits of carrots, well, it's with a cheese grater. So just take a carrot, take your cheese grater, and just start grating. Okay, let's add it all together and bring this thing home. So we will put in our carrots here. You can also add ingredients like onions or pickles. You could add herbs like caraway seeds. That's popular in coleslaw. But this is going to be fantastic as is. So we'll give our dressing one final whisk. And then we are just going to pour this right in there. just like that. Then just give it a really good toss. And here we go. We have this big plate of coleslaw here. This is just ready for a picnic or a barbecue or whatever. And again, this is just so easy to make. It only took a few minutes. And I'm telling you, this is so much better and so much cheaper than anything you will find in the store. Let me know what you think. And again, experiment, make it your own. Hey, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Welcome to my kitchen. I am so glad you are here. Until next time, I hope you want to cook.